Somalians, of course, a lot of trouble. They're ripping us off for a lot of money. There's a tremendous amount of money going back to Somalia. What the hell are we paying money to Somalia for? But they're ripping off our country at a level that few people have been able to see before. That's about the only thing. You talk about competence. We have Ilhan Omar, who does nothing but complain about our country and our Constitution. And she comes from a country with practically no country. It's devastated, it's crime-ridden, it's a mess, it's a disgrace. And we took their people at a tremendous... We're not taking their people anymore. We're not taking their people. And we're getting a lot of their people out because they're nothing but trouble.
There's something that you said about Ilhan Omar that was repeated by the president. And I just want to get your take on this, given the fact that you sit on multiple committees that could, oversee Homeland Security and so forth. President Trump here on Truth Social, it's about a week ago, saying, going after Ilhan Omar, obviously for being so nasty to Charlie. But he says, Ilhan Omar tells us how to live as Americans and how to run America. Wasn't she the one who married her brother to gain citizenship? Well, can we please have an investigation into this?
Yeah.
Because I'll break a little news on this. I'm pretty close with a lot of people at Homeland Security, and allegedly there's a considerable amount, demonstrable amounts of evidence that the government has that proves this. And perhaps they're trying to figure out which way to go around it. I know it's got to be a touchy issue, obviously, But what do you say to this, Congresswoman?
A little too touchy for family, but in Congress, it's going to be really difficult to have a real investigation like we should. Look, Nancy Mace bravely put a privileged resolution on the floor condemning the remarks made by Ilhan Omar. And Ilhan Omar was trying to troll everyone in the process leading up to the vote. And she just simply wanted to censure her. She said you should not be on the Foreign Affairs Committee with the rhetoric that you have. And then, of course, it went against our Congressional Code of Ethics that we agree to when we are signed in as members of Congress. And we
you have a code of ethics. You have a code of ethics that says you can't marry your brother.
That might need to be put in, but we definitely have a code.
I think that's in the Bible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Our Bible.
Yes.
And anyway, you had Republicans block that. You had Republicans table this motion, maybe some making excuses for the First Amendment. The First Amendment doesn't protect you from consequences. And when you have a code of ethics that you are using your office to absolutely defy, there needs to be accountability there. And, maybe some were just covering their own backs to keep other stories down. I don't know the reasons why people were voting to table this motion, but to have an actual investigation, I don't know if we have a strong enough Republican Party at this time to actually commit to that and get it done. But this is someone who absolutely should be investigated. I think she should be sitting in prison or at least sent back to Somalia rather than George Santos being put in solitary confinement for telling a fib, years back. This is, that was gross that he was expelled from Congress and the charges that he got. I'm advocating for Santos's pardon, and I would much rather see Ilhan Omar having consequences for her conduct rather than him.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it very much does reveal the soul of a person, how you treat somebody who's deceased. That tells you everything. How she's treated Charlie Kirk after his horrific death at the hands of a left-wing radical is sickening. And just a post here from U.S. Immigration Services: marriage fraud is a crime. They're just reminding us here. They've sent a number of posts, a number of bangers actually out about this. I don't know if they're trying to send a message. I don't know. Report marriage fraud here.
Interesting. I think we could get a few reports made on this one.
I guess we'll see. Where thank you, Congresswoman. Obviously, this is something. All of these topics are very interesting, but man, Victor Marks, I'm gonna hit him up, man. This is awesome. Very exciting times.
This is an amazing man.
Very exciting times.
His wife is going to be right alongside of him, and she is even more powerful. And really, the encouraging voice behind him going into ISIS territory, rescuing women and children, because he told her it was a suicide mission, and she said, "I would rather be a widow than married to a coward."
I don't know. I mean, speaking of immigration fraud, I don't know if Ilhan Omar has gotten a sombrero and a waxed Mexican mustache yet. She's certainly deserving of one. But I wanted to ask about a slightly different topic here, given that Ilhan Omar has been trotted out to be the person who says what probably all Democrats believe about Charlie Kirk. And she's just been like desecrating his legacy. She says it was a tragedy that Charlie Kirk was killed in that way, alluding to like it wouldn't be a tragedy if he was killed some other way. I'm not exactly sure. And she says that Charlie Kirk here in this post, thank you, please pop it up, that Ilhan Omar says Charlie Kirk's legacy should be left in the dustbin of history. What is your response to Ilhan Omar?
First of all, in talking about illegal immigrants, this is someone who needs to be investigated. Someone who married their brother to come into our country to gain citizenship, and now holds one of the highest offices in our country, and has spoke so ill of our country, and always is talking about how she wants to go back to Somalia, and Somalia first. Honey, go get it, girlfriend. I will buy the ticket. Get the heck out of here and go home to the land that you love. But then to be so disgusting and vile towards such a righteous man, Charlie Kirk, and his grieving widow and their children who are now fatherless, this is absolutely disgusting and appalling. On the House floor, I had wanted us to pray for Charlie Kirk. I didn't want a moment of silence. It had not been announced that he was gone yet. So I still had hope, was still believing for a miracle, for healing. And there was a moment of silence. And I said, this isn't what I believe as a Christian. Of course, you can silently meditate on the word, but God is a speaking God. We don't serve a dumb idol. We serve the living, speaking God who spoke the world into existence. And faith speaks. And if your faith isn't big enough to move your mouth, it's never going to move your mountain. So I don't believe in silent prayers when you are really getting after something and wanting to see God move. And so I wanted us to collectively pray out loud. And of course, the Democrats shouted me down for that. And then it was followed up by Hakeem Jeffries not even attending the prayer vigil in the rotunda. It was followed up. I mean, Hakeem Jeffries said he had a meeting, and it's been followed up by all of this rhetoric. Ilhan Omar being the leader of it, these vile, disgusting attacks, and they're unrelenting. AOC going on the floor and making excuses why she won't vote for a resolution honoring the life of Charlie Kirk and condemning his assassination. It's just inexcusable, but these people absolutely show us who they are every single day. They show us what is in their heart and what their motives are. Charlie Kirk was an amazing man. His legacy is living on, and many people are coming to our side and to our movement because of his words even today.
What's going on here? Nobody has been better than you in Congress on not giving criminal aliens goodies from the taxpayer treasury. Democrats are saying that's not what we want to do, but that's been proven to be a lie, correct?
Over and over and over again, it has been proven that Democrats are lying about not wanting to give illegal aliens free health care. They have been on the presidential debate stages, raising their hand, saying that their health care plans would absolutely include illegal aliens' health care. And of course, they try to get out of it just kind of by fiat and say, well, there's no federal dollars directly going to Medicaid, but they leave out the part part that says your state healthcare programs actually get money through the federal government through these programs, and then that's where illegal aliens are getting free healthcare. Now, we stopped this in the big beautiful bill. We also said that the parolees who came in under Joe Biden or under the auto pen, whoever the heck was letting them in, and they were just rubber stamped in as a parolee. So technically they have some documentation. That's why you hear Democrats say no undocumented immigrant is getting illegal health care, even though those without paperwork are as well. But they were allowed to sign up for these programs at a state level and get these healthcare dollars. We took that out in the big beautiful bill. And now they are demanding that we put this back in. Chuck Schumer has been in Congress probably since before I was alive. And Nancy Pelosi was elected the year I was born, still there, still ruling and reigning. And Chuck Schumer is so afraid of AOC that he is going against his own words that he just spoke this year on the same exact spending bill, saying that we cannot justify a government shutdown. And now he is shutting it down because he doesn't want to lose his forever seat to AOC. And of course, illegal aliens healthcare is what they want put back in.
Do you think that the sombreros will finally break all of these blockades from the Democrats? Do you think that this strategy will work? Do you think the meme strategy will work? You're good on social media. You have millions and millions of followers. You do share the occasional meme. You have a good sense of humor. So do you think that the sombreros and funny waxed mustaches will work?
So it's definitely just getting at them day by day. And our great and wonderful Vice President, J.D. Vance, very early on made the promise that once the government shutdown is over, the sombrero memes will stop. But they are continuing to hold Americans hostage here. Look, we're starting to see air traffic control that is impacted by this. Workers that are saying, hey, we're not going to get paid anyway, so we may as well take our sick days. We're already forced to work overtime. It's a field with a shortage of employees as it is, and now we're starting to see those impacts at major airports throughout our country. And the Democrats say, sorry, to heck with y'all. We want illegals to get your hard-earned tax dollars. We want them to get health care, to overrun our hospitals, our schools, and all of our government programs. So we're going to keep doing this, and we're going to keep memeing sombreros in the meantime. But they're seeing how radical and how evil the left really is. I mean, you even have people like Bill Maher who are just like, these people are absolutely nuts. I'm a liberal and I can't stand what the Democrat Party is doing. He's a liberal who is donated to the Clintons, to Barack Obama, to Joe Biden, and they would never even come on his show. Donald Trump invited him to have dinner with him in the White House and give him a personal tour. And this is someone that Bill Maher criticized. And so I think there are many, many people who are waking up and seeing that we truly just want to put America first. We want our hard-earned tax dollars to go towards things in our country. And we want to keep more of our tax dollars. We don't want them going to free health care for illegals, as fentanyl was pouring over our southern borders, killing our youth, killing our people. Colorado is, I think we're number 3 in the nation for crime right now, number 1 in the nation for auto thefts, number 2 in the nation for fentanyl overdoses. So, maybe when President
Beautiful
Trump
Colorado?
Beautiful Colorado. That is what leftist policies have done. And so maybe when President Trump and Secretary Noem clean up Portland, Oregon, they could come down to Denver, Colorado.
That seems like an invitation.
That's all for today. Thank you. If you want global news to keep you up to date on any new developments, please subscribe our channel and forward our content with your friends on social media and email. Thank you very much for keep supporting me. Stay safe, be blessed. Namaste.
Thank you, God bless you, and God bless America.